Good morning and welcome to the first edition of Townsquare Talk from the newsroom at News Talk 1050 KSIS. I'm Kurt Parsons with the first of our new weekly series focused on area activities, events, and issues around West Central Missouri. This weekend, an NFL star is in Sedalia conducting a football camp for local athletes.
This is something that we've done for a few years, and last year we moved to Sedalia. Really just trying to encourage kids to come out. It's labeled a football camp. Obviously, that we do football drills and that kind of stuff, but it's also to encourage kids to get out and do something, play, and get out of the house and have some fun interaction with other kids, and we'll do some fun drills and have a good time.
Bo Matthews talks with Tim Barnes. Also, a new urgent care clinic recently opened in Sedalia.
We are a primary care facility that accepts urgent care, which is also known as walk-in patients, people that need care right now. We like to consider ourselves, we are a healthcare facility on demand.
Randy Kirby will have more. And we'll visit with Staci Harrison with Sedalia-Pettis County United Way as the deadline for applications for teams and projects for the third annual Day of Caring is coming up on Monday.
The Day of Caring is a day where neighbors are helping neighbors with one-day projects. Traditionally, we have supported veterans, the elderly, disabled, very low-income families with one-day projects that they can't do physically or financially on their own. Anything from extensive yard work, hauling away junk, painting, minor home repairs, to be able to help folks make an impact in their life and then also makes an impact on the community.
First, we turn to Ryan Scaife, who has a look at upcoming events for this weekend.
The Cruisin' for a Cause benefit drawing for the Center for Human Services will take place Saturday, and there is still time to purchase tickets. The winner of the drawing will take home a 1955 Chevy Bel Air. Boonslick Library in Colcamp is hosting sign-ups for the summer reading program for children up to age 18. Some of the activities for the summer reading program include Lego robotics and a field trip to the Dom Museum. Admin Missouri is taking part in a nationwide program for school-age children in need of breakfast and lunch during the summer. Text the word food to 877-877 and you will receive a reply with a location closest to where students can get free summer meals. And Pleasant Hill United Methodist Church is hosting their annual ice cream social this Tuesday evening beginning at 5 o'clock. Church members will be serving their famous homemade ice cream, cake, and drink for $4, and Jane's famous chili dogs can be purchased for $2. There will be tables set up under the trees, but everyone is invited to bring their own lawn chairs. The church will offer indoor seating with air conditioning as well.
The Tim Barnes football camp is in Sedalia for the second year this weekend. The camp kicked off last night for kids K through 6, and today's camp will be for older athletes in grades 7 through 12. Tim Barnes is an NFL center who plays for the San Francisco 49ers. He was previously with the Rams and played at Mizzou. Bo Matthews spoke with Barnes about the football camp.
Yeah, this is something that we've done for a few years, and last year we moved to Sedalia. There at Smith Cotton, centralized it a little bit in the area around here. Really just trying to encourage kids to come out. It's labeled a football camp. Obviously, that we do football drills and that kind of stuff with the guys that I bring in to help me do the camp.
Right.
But it's also to encourage kids to get out, and do something, play, and get out of the house and have some fun interaction with other kids, and we'll do some fun drills and have a good time.
Now, is this going to be like years past where you're going to try to get, I know there's busy schedules for other fellow NFL players and former Mizzou players, but you're going to try to get some of those in to help coach those kids?
Just like the years before, we've got some guys committed to coming in, and some guys can't make it, some guys can. We try our best to get as many guys as we can to come down and help, and former Mizzou players, some guys in the NFL, and so I think it's important in that aspect. Sometimes for the kids to see, what it's like for guys, what they're doing after sports.
Right.
For us,
there is life after sports.
That's right.
There is life. Yes.
I think it's important to bring guys back that are in that stage of their lives too, and so we'll have some of the same guys that are there, and some guys that are retired from the NFL too. So it should be a lot of fun.
You don't have to pre-register the athlete?
Yep, nope. You can just walk on up, and we'll have registration there. T-shirts, got a brand new design this year we're excited about on the T-shirts, new shirts.
Okay.
And so everyone gets a shirt, and you can walk up the day of, and we'll have people there that are ready to register.
Okay.
And I think you just have to sign a waiver deal, which just in years past, nothing's changed.
Right. There's just a little bit of information they'll want on that. But let me ask you this. You've been playing football since you were a kid. What would you say is probably one of the biggest things for kids that are getting into football for them to really focus on? I mean, to have fun, of course. Right. But, I mean, if there's anything in particular that you could say, you know what, I wish I would have done this maybe when I was younger, and maybe it would have kind of put me in a class above everyone else, or at least get me on the right foot.
I think one of the things that's important is sometimes you just have to stick with it. You know, as you get older and you're playing, and of course, you know, I don't think going back to that, you know, sticking with it. You know, I started when I was in 3rd grade. Some people, you know, that's pretty young. Yeah, it's not too young, but it's young. Right. And to keep playing, you know.
You can see some burnout a lot of times for kids. Yeah, in any sport. It's not just football, but in any sport.
And I think that it's important to break things up, too, like that. And so, you know, I played different sports throughout, you know, when I was a young kid, high school and things like that, and had a lot of fun. But, you know, one of the most important things is just to stick with something and just keep working at it.
See where it takes you.
There's a lot of times that, you know, you see guys just quit something, or you know, not just guys, but any athlete just kind of give up on it. And so the determination and the work ethic, I think, is what sets people apart. Okay. As far as making it to the next level of anything, whether that's junior varsity to varsity, whether that's high school to college and beyond, whatever that is. I think that's a lot of it that just separates the people that make that jump and the people that don't.
And that carries over into life, too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. So, all right. So the TNT Youth Sports, happy once again to have Tim into Sedalia for the camp, hoping for great weather, not too hot, and hoping just everything turns out great like it has in years past, Tim.
Absolutely. Hope to see a lot of kids there. Don't have to be a football player to come. Like I said, we encourage all kids to come out there. You know, get outside, get around other kids, play with the coaches. And yes, it's football camp, but it's going to be more, you know, it's a lot of fun.
Just getting out there and enjoying the outdoors and getting some physical activity.
That's right.
All right. Tim, thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you, guys.
The Sedalia-Pettis County United Way is making preparations for the 3rd annual Day of Caring, which is a day where teams of volunteers work with area residents in need on one-day projects. The Day of Caring is not until October, but it requires a lot of preparation work, and Monday will be the deadline for applications for teams of volunteers and for project applications, according to Staci Harrison, Executive Director of Sedalia-Pettis County United Way.
We have a team and project application. Deadline is July 10th, and we are seeking team applications and project applications for the Day of Caring event for October 28th.
And for those that aren't familiar, describe the Day of Caring.
The Day of Caring is a day where neighbors are helping neighbors with one-day projects. Traditionally, we have supported veterans to elderly, disabled, very low-income families with one-day projects that they can't do physically or financially on their own. Anything from extensive yard work, hauling away junk, painting, minor home repairs, to be able to help folks make an impact in their life, and then also makes an impact on the community.
I know you built a ramp for one person that needed a ramp to get into his home.
We did. We were able to build a wheelchair ramp for Mr. Wolf 2 years ago. We've done some demolition projects for families who qualified for a home repair grant for the Pettis County Community Partnership. And so the demolition work was able to save families like $30,000 so that they could get the needed repairs on their homes. And it's really critical to be able to help people stay in their homes, because if folks aren't able to stay in their homes, the alternative could be homelessness or having a home that they're responsible for, but then having to use income for rent or other means to be able to live. So that's one of the reasons why we do the Day of Caring, is because we want to be able to see people in their home. We want to be able to help connect neighbors with neighbors, to help provide a hand up, and just overall make an impact in that person's life, which in turn makes an impact in the community.
Are all the materials and everything also covered for Day of Caring? or does it sort of depend on the project?
It really does. We have had projects where the homeowners had all the materials and they just needed the manpower to be able to get the work done. We've had projects where they've had partial materials, and so then we were able to help secure additional materials through support from Habitat for Humanity. They had provided us a gift 2 years ago that we've been able to stretch out to be able to purchase those needed materials. And then we've had materials that have been donated to us. And so what will happen is once we receive all of our applications, the Day of Caring Committee has 4 project managers, and they're going to go out, they're going to contact the homeowner, they're going to assess the project, take pictures, kind of interview the homeowner, and maybe see if there's other things around the property that folks could help out with if the time allows. And then what we do from the project manager's reports is we compile a list of tools and materials and skill that's needed for each of the projects. And we'll have a team leader meeting September 20th, which I know seems like far away, but it's going to come faster than we know. And then our team leaders will select the project of their choice. And so all of that information will be compiled into a PowerPoint that they'll have the opportunity to review prior to September 20th. And last year, it worked really slick. We had about 24 projects, all secured by teams within 40 minutes.
And this is why you have to have these applications in so early, even though
Yes.
the Day of Caring is not until October.
Correct.
There is a lot of behind-the-scenes work leading up to it.
There is, because the Sedalia-Pettis County United Way office has one employee, and that's myself, and I depend on an army of volunteers. The work could not be done without the volunteers of our board, volunteers of our committee work, and volunteers that are just community members. And so it takes a little bit to be able to orchestrate all of that, but it's amazing once it all comes together. We have about, I would say, 19 projects total. We have a goal to do it at least as many as we did last year, which was 24, and we had some very large projects last year. But it would be great to have about 30. Many of the projects are based here in Sedalia, and I had the opportunity to visit with the 3 churches in Green Ridge. On Sunday, they had service day at the park in Green Ridge, and so was able to help provide the project applications, and would really like to see in our rural communities, Lamont, Smithton, Northwest, Green Ridge, be able to help somebody complete a project application so that we can also reach the boundaries of our community.
The website is probably the best tool to get an application. You can download it right there, sbcuw.org.
And then go to the tab Give Back, and then the very last option is the Day of Caring application, or just give me a call, 826-2980, and I will make sure that I connect you with either application.
Sedalia and area residents now have a new option for health care. AFC Urgent Care recently opened at 115 West Broadway in Sedalia. Jorge Guevara is the owner of AFC Urgent Care, and he spoke with Randy Kirby about the services the clinic provides.
We open on June 26th at 10 a.m., and we are a primary care facility that accepts urgent care, which is also known as walk-in patients, people that need care right now. We like to consider ourselves, we are a healthcare facility on demand. So we are here for when you need us, and we can provide the right care right now. People would come to us asking us to open an urgent care, to open a walk-in clinic. That was actually the number one request that everybody would come to our company saying, we really need you guys to do that. It was larger than the Hy-Vee request and Target request.
No kidding. Wow.
Everybody comes to us and said, please bring a Target and a Hy-Vee, although there are no plans of us bringing a Hy-Vee or a Target.
Call those rumors right now.
Yeah, there are 0 plans of that. But the urgent care was definitely a need. We provide care on a simple basis that it's not life-threatening or limb-threatening injuries. If we receive anything that is life-threatening or limb-threatening, then we will stabilize and either call an ambulance or advise transport to Bothwell. Well, we currently have 4 physicians on staff.
Was there any trouble recruiting them or any?
Absolutely, it was very hard. Physicians are, I think, I would want to say at an all-time low, and the demand is at an all-time high. So physicians have numerous opportunities to go anywhere in the country and most likely find a job. Our theory made it even harder because if you know how our company works and how we operate, we needed to find the right key for the right lock, which means we needed to find somebody that met our morals, our values, and our company's standards and policies. So that made it even harder. We're a family-owned company. We believe in honesty and good working values, and that was tough. We have an incredible team. We found some excellent physicians, and so far we have received nothing but good feedback from our center and our physicians. Here in Sedalia, there is a large population of folks, and not in Sedalia, I want to say nationwide, because I've been traveling for this business. I've been going to other clinics, I've been going to other territories, and we did study other territories to open our first urgent care. I feel like Sedalia was a good fit for it.
You did your research.
Yes, we did. We did, and I had to fight for Sedalia. I'm not gonna lie. The rest of our business advisors and consultants, they came up with some great sites elsewhere, and Sedalia really was my jewel. Nationwide, there is a large number of population that does not have a primary care doctor anymore. The urgent care provides that service for those folks that don't have the primary care doctor. Mm-hmm. And Sedalia was at that point where we had such a demand from people without primary cares that we just had to open it. And we've seen it. I mean, the response has been incredible. We've seen so many people come through for basic care. People have been transferring here from out of town doctors. People that had the doctors out of town and moved to Sedalia, and they're still driving 1-2 hours to go see their doctors because there is not a doctor in town that could take him in as a new patient. Mm-hmm. So we've seen a lot of those as well for the primary care. On the urgent care side, we can do anything that is not limb or life threatening. So we've had dog bites, we've had stitches, we've had rolled ankles, we had a fractured hand. I mean, we can see all those things. Spider bites, insects, rashes, headaches, sinuses, sore throat. We can see them here. We can take care of them and get them on their way. Our X-ray machine, like I said, is radiology read, so we get good reads by an actual radiologist that provides us a good picture of what's happening. Right. If the diagnosis requires a follow-up, we have been working around with local orthopedics and local specialists that we have been referring to. One thing we do not prescribe controlled substances. So we do not prescribe any type of substance that would be controlled by a pharmacy. Okay. So for that, they would have to go see a specialist, or they would have to go to the hospital.
AFC Urgent Care Primary Care is open Monday through Friday from 8 to 8, and on the weekends from 8 to 6. And that will do it for our debut show of Townsquare Talk, a weekly look at events, activities, and public affairs in West Central Missouri. From the newsroom at News Talk 1050 KSIS, I'm Kurt Parsons. If you'd like more information on any of the subjects discussed on the show today, visit Townsquare Talk at KSISradio.com, KXKX.com, or 92.3BobFM.com. And join us again next Saturday morning for more Townsquare Talk.